Keenan Shanholtz here, West Virginia Land and Home Realty, and today we're in Great Cacapon, West Virginia, Morgan County, and we're taking a look at 0.43 acres on the Cacapon River. And this property has just about 69 or 70 feet of frontage here along the Cacapon River, and as you can see, the river's really wide. Right here, the bank's pretty easy here, not super steep to get down into the water here. Probably put you in some little steps like the guy across the river did there. Make it a little bit easier, but you're not managing any kind of steep bank or anything like that to get in the water. And just a nice little flat spot here. I mean, like I said, it's a little less than half an acre, and this is probably about the property line right through here. It's about, the lot's roughly 200 foot, you know, on this side and 70 foot here along the river. And it's like 79 feet up there along Route 9. So the paved road is right there. Super easy to get to. The access is really good. And I'll just let you look around here a little bit. Check it out, big trees here, big sycamores and poplars. It's a spot, it's a good spot. And so the current owners had this for a couple of years. I sold it to him about 2 years ago. And he did a good bit of cleanup here, like the access down into here. There was like a little road here, but he improved, you know, the access. You can see the driveway coming down off the hill, and there's like a pad here, you know, like a parking pad or whatever, but nothing would preclude you from, you know, pulling a camper or something right up along to the edge of the river. But at one time, there used to be a house or something here, because this is kind of like a slab I'm standing on. And there's actually a well on this property. The current owner's never done anything with it, and I'd say it's been a long time since anybody's did anything with this. But, you know, so who knows about the condition of this thing. Usually wells don't go bad. I mean, I'm sure if there's a pump in there, it's probably locked up and needs to be replaced. But if you could utilize that well, you know, good for you. We don't have any information on that because whatever was here was old. There's also, I think, what we were told from the previous owner, like an undocumented septic system here, which as old as this house would have been. They're not gonna have any records on anything like that at the health department. But, I mean, I look at this as basically just a lot, you know, for a camper. You want to Airbnb a campsite here, put a couple tents here, do what you got to do. And I'm going to say this is probably the corner right here about this fence post, which seems about right. And you just kind of, right down through there, that little stake right there, I don't believe is the property line. That's where something was marked there, but I think it's right off this fence post because it's got some orange paint on it. So basically right down along here. And let you check this out. This whole thing's in the floodplain. You know, now you'll see there's houses obviously built at the same level as this. So I'm not saying you couldn't build on this. You know, regulations are pretty much such that your base foot, the bottom of your first floor has to be a foot above the base flood elevation. But, you know, you'd have to dig into all that for the building potential on this lot. But I'm saying, you know, you got something where you want to pull a camper in here and just have a nice river lot to recreate at. This would be perfect for that. It's really pretty. I mean, it's pretty much all, you know, cleared out and open here, and you got trees on the side. And I'll walk you up here. The driveway's easy to miss if you're coming up through here. And this place actually has an address. And that'll be on the listing, but I guess the house had an address. The house that was here had an address. But it's about 13 miles from Berkeley Springs. This is Route 9. Or if you're looking at it on like Google Maps, it's probably called like Cacapon Highway or something like that. But the river, the Cacapon runs along Route 9 through here for a stretch. But just check that out. I mean, how easy would it be to pull a camper down in here, RV, whatever, and you know, just enjoy it. And I believe right in here, there's ribbon on this tree right here. I believe this is going to be your edge this way, you know, kind of like right down through, probably to the right of that wood pile right there. But here's what I say. To buy like an acre or two on the Cacapon River that's all in the floodplain is going to cost you a minimum of probably like 60,000-70,000 bucks at a minimum. It's all in the floodplain, and it'll probably be long and skinny. So you got a bunch of ground to mow and stuff that you're not using. You're getting a half acre here just about. And on any kind of river lot, whatever camper, pavilion, whatever you're doing, is not going to encompass a space any bigger than this. So why pay for that extra when you don't need it, and then you got more to mow and take care of? You know, river lots are expensive these days. They're getting harder and harder to come by. Some of the prices we're seeing for this stuff is really nutty. I mean, people paying over 100 grand for something that's all in the floodplain for an acre or two. Here you can have it for 50 grand, and it's right off the paved road. You're not dragging a camper or going back dirt roads, beating, banging around for 2 or 3 miles to get to where you're going. It's right off the main road. And of course, this isn't a super busily traveled road. It's not like the road noise is gonna bother you that much. But let's take a look at this one more time. Wind blowing across the river, sun hitting, it sure is pretty. It's a beautiful day here today. It's February 26th, about the warmest day we've had in 3 months. Spring will be here before you know it. And now's the time. You want a place to come as soon as the weather warms up and camp and fish and canoe, kayak. You got to buy it now for it to be ready for then. So come check this one out. Not going to last very long. As many of you have probably figured out that watch my videos and such, my stuff usually disappears pretty quick, you know, within a couple days to a couple weeks. But it's nice. Really nice. So, and also, I want one last thing I want to point out. The Cacapon is said to be, and I think proven to be, the cleanest river in West Virginia. There's a lot of land trusts and stuff like that that own easements along the Cacapon River to protect the watershed. So you could Google Cacapon and Lost River Land Trust, read a little bit more about that on there, but it's a very clean river. Smallmouth bass fishing's excellent, and I don't know where the takeout would be from right here. Like if you put in here, I guess the takeout would probably be down at Fisher's Bridge, I guess. But the West Virginia DNR has a lot of resources on their homepage for like float trips and stuff that tell you where the public access points are and everything. But come get it. It's ready. Be ready for spring.